Hi, I'm the College Money Mom. If you have or expect to have student loan debt, you'll need to get very familiar with the pay-as-you-earn student loan repayment plan. With over $1 trillion of student debt threatening to stall economic growth, the president and policymakers are hoping that this plan will keep millions of young borrowers from drowning in debt. The Pay-as-you-earn repayment plan, or PAYE Pay for short, is designed to keep payments low in the early years of the loan, then rise to track your salary increases. After 20 years of payments, any unpaid interest and principal is forgiven. But under current rules, taxes will be due immediately on the forgiven amount. Future rules about abolishing taxes on forgiven amounts are in the winds, so stay tuned. For now, I'm going to show you some truly amazing examples of how terrific this repayment plan is. I've checked the results in the StudentLoans.gov repayment estimator and several others, but the one I will use for this exercise happens to have a fun interactive graph. You can try it yourself at accessgroup.org. First, we are going to assume that the borrower is a new borrower, having just gotten her first loan disbursement after July 1st, 2014. Currently, loans made after this date get the best deal under the newest pay plan. Expect change, however. You know how politicians are, but it seems safe to say that the rules you start with will follow that particular loan all the way through. In these examples, the loans will all be the required federal direct student loans at an average of 5.5% interest. We'll assume that the borrower makes a salary of $40,000 in her first year out of college, and we'll assume that she gets a 5% raise each year during the 20-year life of the pay repayment plan. For these examples, she'll declare herself a family of one. You'll notice that in the examples, our borrower's payments are always in the same range. That range is calculated using a complex formula involving the federal poverty guidelines. To be eligible for pay, the borrower must be found to have a partial financial hardship. Ultimately, it's all about the size of the borrower's debt compared to her salary. You'll also notice that if the loan is large enough to last 20 years, the total amount paid by this borrower never changes, no matter the size of the loans. This is the part that seems unbelievable, but there are underlying rules about this repayment plan that, for now, we'll just call the special sauce. So, here goes. In the first example, our borrower has a $60,000 loan coming out of college. Starting in year 1 of the pay plan, her payment is $187 a month. By year 20, she will be paying $572 a month. When the loan ends, she will have paid a total of $83,760. However, there is still a balance of $38,958 left. But in the pay plan, that amount is forgiven. This is fabulous. But current rules would have our borrower paying about 20% of those forgiven dollars in taxes that same year. Still a great deal, any way you look at it. But let's see what happens if she had borrowed $80,000. Same payment range, same total amount paid after 20 years, $83,760. That's only about $4,000 more than her original $80,000 loan amount. Wow! All she has left to do is pay taxes of about 20% on the forgiven remainder of $84,240. Cleverly, she knew this was coming and saved up enough to make the payment. The next example shows what would happen if she borrows $100,000. Again, same payment range and same total amount paid after 20 years, $83,760, considerably less than the $100,000 she originally borrowed. This is some serious voodoo special sauce right here. And of course, our smart borrower has squirreled away almost $25,000 to pay the taxes on the forgiven $126,240. Is your head spinning yet? Well, this whole pay-as-you-earn repayment plan gets even more wonderful when we combine it with a public service loan forgiveness program. Please watch my next video to see how that works, and read my notes under this video to see some excellent resources to get more information. If you have questions, please email me at thecollegemoneymom@gmail.com. Be sure to like me on Facebook and subscribe to me right here on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.